Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Triessence martial art channel. Now I know that kind of sounds weird because this is a martial art channel, but other than being a very serious Chinese martial art practitioner and researcher, I'm actually also a pretty hardcore gamer, and I've been making martial art content for the past few years, and I recently just decided maybe I ought to make some gaming content on the side as well. Anyway, so hope you guys will enjoy it. So today I'm gonna bring you a beginner's guide on how to solo Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva for Monster Hunter World. Now this monster has just come out, I think, on Friday, and I was away in another city working on Friday and Saturday, so I only got back now. I haven't got a lot of chance to practice this new monster. I did, in total have about 15 hunts so far, and I've got a basic gist of it, and I decided, it's time to make a basic guide just to help those out there that is still struggling to solo the monster. So this guide is not a speed run, okay? It's not, it's not a time attack mode. It's not any kind of challenge. It's not trying to set a record. Okay, there are plenty of videos on YouTube already doing that, so you are welcome to check those videos out if you're after how to kill Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva in 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever time. Right, there are plenty of videos on that already. However, from my personal experience, and I've watched all those speedrunners videos constantly, but there's always been one problem, right? If I'm new to the game, which I am, Monster Hunter World is the first Monster Hunter game that I've played, so I'm relatively new. I've only started playing this game, last year since release on PC. So for people like me, watching those speedrun videos is entertaining, it's interesting, it is impressive, but it doesn't help a whole lot. Alright, for people who doesn't actually know this game very detailed already, chances are you're not going to learn much from those speedrun videos. For example, if you YouTube, a Longsword speedrun video on Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva, chances are you're gonna find videos where they do a bit of fighting in the beginning, and up to some point when Xeno'Jiva enrages, he's gonna attack his chest, KO him, and then at that point he will constantly kill Xeno'Jiva every time he gets up until the hunt is done. Okay, that is how you do a speed run. However, if you are new to this game or to Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva, you're not gonna be able to do that. Okay, it looks very easy, I thought so at first as well, but in practice it's actually very hard. And when you're unable to do that, Xeno'Jiva is gonna do all kinds of trash to you, and chances are you are gonna caught, and caught again. Okay, which is why I think those videos, as impressive as they are, doesn't help the average player all that much. Now, keep in mind that in order to do a very impressive speedrun, right, or a time record, not only does the player have to have very impressive skill, know the monster intimately, it also requires the monster to be cooperative. If you've done enough hunts, you would already discover that monsters doesn't always act the same. I mean, they have a certain range of moves they're gonna do, but it's RNG, right? In some hunts, the monster can be a total asshole. In some hunts, they are way more cooperative. In some hunts, you just get luckier. So the ways the speedrunners do their videos were something that should be known, but I guess they don't talk about it, and I think some of the beginning players don't understand that they actually keep doing the same hunt over and over and over, sometimes for 8 hours a day, 2 days or 3 days in a row, until they find that one lucky hunt where the monster is very, very cooperative, which allows them to push out that very impressive time. So if you see the fastest hunt on a certain monster is, say, 4 minutes, then that is pretty extreme. It will take many tries to get to that 4 minutes. It's like all the stars in the galaxy have to align for that to happen. Otherwise, a hunt might take 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, or something even 6 minutes. So don't get too confused by those extremely fast speedruns. So unless you are gunning for speedrun, in which case, be my guest. You can, you can do whatever you want. But for those average players who just want to farm the mat and are unable to play with friends or or park a team, or just prefer to solo to learn the mechanic to have some self improvement and progression, for those of us, those speed hunts are not really a good indication of what we should do, because our hunt are not going to be that fast, and when the hunt are not that fast, things will go wrong. Monster will do other things other than get up, KO, get up, KO, get up, KO. Which is why I think it would be helpful to make a guide that is not speedrun. Okay, obviously I'm gonna admit right now that I can't do that speedrun. I can't keep Xeno'Jiva KO'd all the time, right? There is skills involved in that, and I'm not very good at it yet. But in my video, I'm going to cover the basics on how to deal with most of Xeno'Jiva's moveset and attack with a longsword, and how to go from cutting 3 times to able to at least complete the hunt, get your mats, get your Xeno'Jiva gamma armor, for heavy bowgun, etc. And overall, just improve your own skill if you're struggling with this hunt. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, let's look at the items. Now, I didn't bother to make a complete new selection for Xeno'Jiva. Instead, I'm using my behemoths, the item I used to hunt behemoths. Okay, so you're gonna of course need potion, mega potion. Not that important potion, but mega potion definitely important. You need your max potion. Antidote not actually important. I'm just too lazy to take it out. This mega nutrient though is very important, because you need this and Mandragora mushroom. You need these two to make more max potion. And being able to make max potion on the run is very, very important to hunt any difficult monster like behemoths, and in this case, Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva. Okay, then you need might seed, definitely. Adamant seed, you don't really need it, but I had it for behemoths. I'm just gonna keep it here. Demon powder, if you have spare, it's good to use it, but you don't have to. Honey, of course, is important. Herbs, just to make more mega potion if you use them up. That already mentioned for max potion. Flash blood you don't need. I'm just having it here because it's a behemoth set. Flash power you don't need. Power charm of course you do need, and power talon of course. Same goes for armor charm, armor talon. These should all be basic knowledge 101. Mega barrel bomb, you definitely need these. And dash juice, I just use them, to make sure that my stamina is always full. If you don't have a lot of these, then you don't have to. You can bring a ration instead. Alright, and of course these are not important at all. So once you get your items sorted out, next you're gonna make sure that you can craft max potion on the run. So if I look at my radar menu, around my first one I have potion, mega potion, and over here I have max potion. So with this and with more ingredients in your inventory, once you use up these two, if you click F1 and 3, it will quickly craft another one and you can quickly eat that. Okay, so it's very important to have this on your radar menu. Now once that is done, let's quickly look at the gear. So I'm using a pretty much a speed run setup. You can make a more comfy build. I just feel that for the sake of self-improvement and progression, I do want to be like the speed runners eventually, once I get to know the monster better. In that case, I don't want to run flinch resistance and ear plug, wind pressure, all those things that make your life easier, because once you have them on, it becomes very hard to take them off, right? You're gonna grow reliant on those things rather than learning how to either roll, evade, or foresight slash the roar, foresight slash the wind pressure, foresight slash the tremors. So if you want to learn those things eventually, it's best to not have those decals on to begin with. If you don't want to ever learn that, then you can, you know, make your own build and put those quality of life decal to make the hunt easier. Now, the weapon I'm using, of course, is the Tyros Sword Fire. You guys should have this by now, I guess. If RNG is really a bitch and you don't have it, then I guess you can use Joe's Longsword, or the one slasher, but Tyros Fire is definitely better. Alright, the most important thing here is Clear Mind Charm. Okay, this one is absolutely essential. If you don't have it yet, make sure you craft this. The reason for that is because, okay, this is not useful, but Heat Guard is absolutely essential. Then the Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva will constantly shoot rays onto the ground, which turn it red. If you walk over it, it will take a big portion of your health per second, as long as you're on those red glowing ground. And it's near impossible to not walk on those during the fight, which is why you need Heat Guard to mitigate that damage. Otherwise, the fight becomes near impossible. Okay. Other than that, I'm using Temporal Mantle and Rocksteady Mantle. Now, of course, if you are hardcore, you wanna do TA rules, then you know don't bring these. But for anyone who's struggling with the hunt, I would suggest use these first, and then you know learn your basics, learn the timing, learn the move, and then eventually you can you know try to do TA rule and don't use them. Armor-wise is Meta Behemoth, so you have the Drachen Helmet, Empress Mail, Drachen Embrace, Drachen Coil, and Drachen Grief. Now, Empress Mail is called used for peak performance, which means you will need health regen, right, on your weapon so that you can always top up your health back. And of course, this is for a speedrun purpose, so therefore you need to max the damage. If you don't feel like you want to attempt speedrun at all, you know, you're welcome to switch it to something else. Now the deco, of course you need Elementalist Jew when you're using Tyros Fire. If you're using Devil Joe Longsword, then you can't use that. If you're using the one slasher, then yeah, you need this as well. And then of course, you know, skill wise, you need Critical Eye to max, because Master's Touch, right? You want to make sure that every shot you hit is a critical, so that you don't lose sharpness. Attack boost to 4 is the minimum you should have, especially if you're restricting on your attack juice. You know, if you don't have enough attack juice, you gotta at least have 4, because at 4 they give you, I think it's 5% affinity, right? You know, besides attack, which is very important, you need critical boost to full, weakness exploit, peak performance. Again, you know, like I said, is for speed run purpose. If you don't feel like you can keep your health up, don't bother with that. You can change it to something more survival orientated, you know, wind pressure, probably not wind pressure, but like tremor resistance, ear plug, those kind of things. This comes with a charm, don't need it, but it's there. Hit guard essential, power prolonger not really needed, airborne not needed. So pretty much that's how the bow looks like. Next, let's talk about the basics. So start off, you know, I know personally I'm pretty lazy, so unless I'm doing like a speed run, I don't eat on camp, because I have to, like, you know, walk all the way to the canteen and then, you know, eat and then get the mission. However, you know, so usually I just stay down there at the billboard, and I just start the quest. I go to the quest and I eat on the, you know, quest map. However, for this Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva, you have to eat here, right? So you eat here, you pay money. Again, if you're not doing a speed run, you don't really need specific, you don't need to care about the specific skills. Just make sure you eat the meat platter to have maximum amount of attack. And whatever skill you have or don't have, it doesn't really matter again, right? If you're not aiming for extremely fast clear time, then you're gonna come to the pretty handler here, and then click on the new quest. Of course, you guys don't need me to tell you this event, and then you start, you know, like a moth to the flame, which is the Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva. And once that's all set, you're good to go. Be ready for a lot of cutting and frustrations ahead. But hey, That's why you play Monster Hunter in the first place, isn't it? So, as soon as you get here, you want to quickly get to your max potion and pop that. Get to this pole, whistle, get a cap, and ready for the hunt. As soon as you land, you want to get your coral chair horn and tell a cat to blow that. Then pop a might seed and carry on walking to this claw mark place over here. Drop you 2 mega barrel bombs. Run backwards, let your cat do the chair bongo. Draw out your long blade. Do attacks and get ready to foresight slash as Xeno'Jiva collide into you. And get your level 1 blade. Quickly run to his 4 claw. Foresight slash his roar and get to level 2 blade. And now your main goal is to get to level 3 blade. Now there are many ways of doing this. You can either foresight slash his attack, his second roar, or just simply use the good old spirit slash until the last combo. Now I thought he was gonna roar, but I misjudged it. After I saw he was doing a long beam, I know there should be enough time to put up my meter and do a good old spirit round slash until to get my level 3 blade. There you go, his second roar. You could always get to level 3 blade here. After this point, oh, here's like a wing attack. This one is quite deadly, especially if you are not under him, right? If you're under him, you just get tremor. But if you are around him, like what bow user typically do, there's a good chance you'll get one-shotted. You can, however, force slash this. You just need to, be able to read the tells. After that, your main goal is to get opportunities to do helm splitter on his 4 claw. Like here, right? Whenever he's doing that long beam, there should be enough time to do a foresight slash. And you can see the foresight slash flinched him, would give you more time to reapply your spirit round slash, except it didn't give me the time. Anyway, so this is why you need extra max potion, so you can get your health back to full. Oh, you see over here, let's just rewind that. So over here, I predicted that he was gonna do a wing attack again. Let's quickly go back here, pop my max potion, and you see his head is staring that way. Okay, I caught a glimpse of it. You can't see very clear in this picture, but that's pretty much the tell sign that he's gonna dash his wing. You can also, of course, see the wing doing something funny, but if you're under his foot, you're not gonna be able to read the wing. So you have to look at his face and his neck turning that way. That's how I knew the wing's coming, and I did a successful foresight slash to the wing attack and got back to my level 3 blade. Now this is the part where he's gonna fly up. There's not much you can do about it. If you directly under him, you get wind pressure, but that beats the tail swipe, which will take damage. While he's in the air, just keep running in circles until he drops back down like this. Okay, I mispredicted. I was so he's gonna attack me, so I did a foresight slash for no reason. And from here onwards, you just pretty much want to maintain your level 3 spirit blade and then try to helm split his forearm whenever he does a long attack. Like here. He again does a long beam attack, so give him enough time to do another foresight helm split attack. The body flop. Okay, so this is a very dangerous move as well. If you get caught by the body flop, you take a lot of damage. Let's just quickly watch this again. Foresight slash and the body flop. So I rolled out of it. You can also foresight slash that. If you get caught by it, it will knock you down and deal massive damage. So try not to get hit by it. Always roll away from his head. Okay, so it's this one. Let's just quickly go back. So you can see up to some point his head is tilted to the one side. Right? His whole body and his head tilted to the one side. This is a tell sign that he's gonna do another beam attack. When you see but this is a beam attack that's actually he's gonna sweep from one side to the other. So it's not safe to stand anywhere in front of him. So what you want to do is get to his front claw, the opposite claw to where his body's leaning as fast as possible. And once you're here, you're pretty much safe. So I'm gonna just take the time to get my spirit blade back to level 3 again. And again, I'm gonna then try to find another opportunity to do helm splitter. Okay, so now let's just quickly look at that. So As you can see, around this time, which is 3 minutes into the fight, it will vary if you do a lot more damage to it, but generally it's around this time. After a while, you get a feel of it. And when you see he's starting to get docile, you know, he's just hanging there chilling and not doing anything, not making noises and not doing any move, that's the tell sign that he is going to reach, he's going to enrage very soon. So at this point, get ready to foresight slash. About now, there you go. So you can foresight slash the enrage. The enrage will create a wind pressure. No big deal if you miss your foresight slash. But of course, it's a good opportunity to level up your Spirit Blade. Okay, now this will bring up to the second stage of the fight, and the most important stage. At this point, you pop on your temperamental, and you only do one thing, which is do a vertical slash to his chest. Now, your basic attack does 2 vertical slashes, and then it becomes a thrust and then an upwards reverse cut. You only want the first 2 slash, right? Once you've done that, move or roll, reposition yourself, and redo those first 2 moves. You don't want to thrust and you don't want to do the reverse cut. And your goal is to only hit his chest, nothing else. Like this. Let's see, I missed. You rolled, forgot to roll that. And then again, missed again. There you go. First cut. Second cut. You see, the reason I want to do that is because this will topple him over or KO him. Which is why you want to attack the chest only, nothing else. Once he KOs, you want to do an exact full Spirit Blade slash and complete it with a round slash. So do the whole combo. And then do a normal vertical slash, a thrust, and then do your Helm Splitter. If you do this timing correctly, your Helm Splitter will start as he gets back up. You aim for the chest. If you do it correctly, all the Helm Splitter damage will reach the chest, which will cause him to topple over again. You can see here I missed my aim, so he did not get toppled over. But the idea is if you do this correctly, he's going to topple over again, endurance, and repeat. You do the whole Spirit slash combo again, you do a vertical cut, you do a poke, and then immediately do a Helm Splitter. These moves have to be done precisely so that your time is precise. But no worries, you know, even if you missed it, you can still aim for the chest and then you topple him again. And again, I'm going to do the whole combo. Position yourself towards the chest, cut, poke, Helm Splitter, and for the chest. Okay, so this time I was unlucky. He got out of his enraged state, at which point the chest is no longer a weak point. So you had to go back to your regular fight. So generally, if this is a speed run, they will be topping him over and over on the stage until he died. He will never have a chance to get out of the enraged state. But like I mentioned before, this is not a speed run, so we're just going to show you how a regular person can go about hunting Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva. Once he's not enraged, only his claw, his end of the tail, and his head are weak spot. So you want to just aim for those. You're gonna body slap. I didn't dodge that because I know I have the temperamental on, and it's important to take your temperamental off as soon as he's out of enrage so that you can start the cooldown, right? If you have them on, the cooldown does not start. So take it off immediately. That as soon as it goes out of enraged state. Take off your temperamental so it's on cooldown so that you can be ready to use when you need it again. So once it's normal, just fight them regularly. Watch out for the body slam like that, and you can aim for the tail. I have level 3 blades, so I decided to do Helm Split on the tail. And after that, you know, you gotta have to find an opportunity to get your blade back to red again. When he looks back, he's gonna do a tail swipe. So this is a good time to attack his front claw. Okay, now he's gonna turn around with a beam, means he's gonna fly up. That's what happens when you get tail swipe, no big deal. After that, just run around him. He's gonna try to dash down, punch the floor, cause explosion. But if you keep running in circles, he should miss. He also tried to shoot some beams here and there, but nothing serious. Here I was trying to force a slash his landing, but I got my timing too early. Always try to fight around his front claw. Okay, here's a good opportunity to get your blade back to level 3. Except he moved. Okay, so this is another move to watch out for. He will charge to one direction. If you get hit by his limbs, it deals quite a massive amount of damage. So the way to do it is to either dodge out or dodge directly under him. Okay, keep slashing away. Get your blade up. Okay, and there I dodged the body slam by doing a panic roll. Not the best way to do it, but it's better than getting hit. Alright, now my blade is red, so I'm gonna seek another opportunity to do a helm splitter like that. You could have force that slash if I was a bit early, but he caught me just before I could force that slash after the helm splitter. When he glows, make sure you run close to him or run away from him, depending on which kind of ray he's shooting at. Over here, the ideal place to actually attack his tail, but it's been clipped out by the map. That's why I have to attack the rear claw, the rear leg, which is not a weak spot, so it's less than ideal. And then I decided to resharpen my blade because it's almost going to blue sharpness. And I know this attack is a very long attack, so I'm safe, you know, until I get my blade sharpened again. And then he decided to do a body slam. That's what happened when you fail the roll or panic dive. You get trimmed for quite a long time. If he does attack to you again, you might actually get killed there. I was lucky that that didn't. Okay, he flew up. And then what happened when you didn't run in time and you get slammed by his attack. But again, it doesn't kill you one shot, so just heal back up after that. I was trying to do another force slash to his landing and I missed. And I was too close to him, so I get trimmed. Okay, so here's another enraged battle. At this point, put on your... Well, the main goal is to stay alive, sheath your sword, and put on your rock steady mantle, so that you can be resistant to tremor. Once you do that, he has a lot of AoE around him, so it's much safer to stay under him. There's only one attack that can cut you if you're under him. We'll get to that soon. So once you put down your rock mantle, attack his chest again. There you go, he toppled. See over here, my blade charge is not enough to do a full spirit blade slash combo. At which point you just sort of have to eyeball your timing by doing attacks until you think it's about time he's gonna get up, and then you do your helm splitter. Like this. Yeah, so as you can see, I missed some. Let's quickly rewind that. Yeah, you can see there was some attacks that landed on the claw. What didn't all land on the chest, which is why he did not topple. Body slam, force that slash that, and then he's gonna. So when he enrages and does that, there's a chance that his arm is gonna go through the floor, which will cause a massive explosion all around him. So in this case, you force that slash the first one, and then immediately do not do the second attack on your force that slash. Instead, do a quick poke and do another force that slash. The poke, you have to time it as his hand goes through the floor, so that the force that slash you do would time together with his explosive AoE. Let's just quickly watch that again. So this looks like a normal body slam. And if you don't force that slash, you're gonna get trimmed. If you get trimmed, you are pretty much dead, which is why you have the rock steady mantle, so that if you do miss the first force that slash, you can still quickly do the second one to evade the AoE attack. If you don't have your mantle and you miss this, you're pretty much dead. Okay, so see, immediately you do a poke and then force that slash again. You see, even at force that slash, I still got hit by the AoE, but it's enough to not die from it. So after that, sheath your sword, max potion, and then attack his chest again. There's a certain time where you can't hit his chest, at which point you reposition yourself away from doing another move so your chest comes lower and more reachable. Okay, so you're gonna do another fly up attack. Not much you can do about that at this point. Just keep running in circles and avoid his beam and his punch when he comes down. Okay, so the time he opted to not do the punch, he's just gonna shoot beams. Like I was trying to do to time my force slash to the landing again, I was too early again. After that, keep attacking his chest, miss twice. reposition myself, attack the chest, get close to it, attack the chest again, and you can see he toppled again. Now I do have enough spirit gauge, so I'm just gonna do the whole combo. Get to red blade, cut, poke, and do a helm splitter. Okay, now this time I target properly, so you can see he toppled over, and you just rinse and repeat, do the whole spirit slash combo, cut, poke, and do a helm splitter. Missed some of the attack again, which is why he's reverting back to his normal state. You're always gonna pause for a while here, so you know it's good time to get another spirit slash to get your blade back to red. And then if you shoot, it's a good time to helm splitter and flinch him. After you flinch him, do another combo to get your blade back again. Body slam, force slash. And then go back to the front claw, keep working on his front claws. Avoid his head, force slash, but he shot some beam. He's gonna do a running attack, you can force slash that. Okay, so if he wasn't stopped by the map, you can force slash to avoid damage, but you can't open your blade because he's gonna be way past you by the time you do your counter slash. But because he was stopped by the map, I was able to get my blade back to red. Then you just keep attacking. Yeah, I couldn't read that wing attack because I wasn't looking at his head. But like I said, okay, force slash when he shoot the beam. But like I said, if you slay under him, then the wing attack at least don't deal damage to you. See, this is when you force slash the charge, but you can't open your blade because he actually runs past you. And for the arm again, always aim for the arm when he's not enraged. Force slash the body slam. Get back to the forearm. Okay, he's sneaky, he ran again. Okay, so this is like a front claw swipe. It doesn't happen all that often and it's kind of hard to force slash, but doesn't deal a lot of damage, so it's okay. Okay, when he does this attack, the best thing is to actually attack the glowing part of his tail. But you see, his tail got clipped by the map, so I couldn't reach it. And hitting the the back end of, the other part of the tail, the non-glowing part, is not the weakness, so you deal very little damage. You always want to hit weakness if you can. Okay, now I don't have the blade again, so I really want to get my blade back to red. Okay, so this is how ideally you want to do it. Is when he does the shooting beam while standing on the front of the back two leg, you want to go to the tail and attack there. Okay, now he enraged again, by which time your temperamental should be back on cooldown. So put it on and keep attacking his chest again. Yeah, I didn't bother to dodge the charging because I know I have the mental on. Keep swapping at the chest. If you reposition, also try to reposition. Just keep working at the chest. He's gonna fly up again. You'll sheath your sword. Oh no, he's not gonna fly up. Alright. In that case, aim for the tail, and if you're red, do a helm splitter. Because that getting on the hind leg and shooting red takes a very long time. So there's enough time to do a lot of things. Okay, finally top him over again. So do another full spirit slash combo. Slash down, poke, helm splitter. Try to aim for the chest the best you can. Oh, I got it. And then you do it again, and then that's it. The fight ends. Alright, so this is, like I said, not a speed hunt, and a lot of things went wrong in this hunt. Primarily because I'm still relatively new to Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva. But I think this will give you a better indication of how a non-pro or non-speedrunner should be going about doing this hunt. Of course, once I get my targeting of the helm split on the chest better, or I figure out what am I doing wrong, the hunt will get a lot easier. If you can drop him 3 or 4 times the first time he enrages, it makes the hunt much faster. But until then, it's beneficial to just learn the hunt the old school way, right? Read his moves, force slash, dodge, panic dive, whatever to stay alive. do damage. Helmsplitter his 4 claws whenever you have the chance to, when he's not enraged. When he's enraged, focus on that chest until he topples over, and then do the combo. Alright, hope this video will help you guys, for those who are still struggling soloing Arch Tempered Xeno'Jiva. And good luck hunting. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch. I'll be making more videos in the near future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.